Yes, greeting to Ethiopian brothers and sisters at home and abroad, and greeting to the Rastafarian people at home and abroad. We send our sympathy to the Prime Minister of Ethiopia for what we have heard, that a grenade was thrown where he was and 2 people died and over 80 people is injured. When we study about the whole operation, we believe that had not the Prime Minister speak of His Imperial Majesty at the OAU conference was the economic plan for Africa, that would not happen. We believe that somebody in his organization believes that he has betrayed the revolution by calling Haile Selassie name, which we know that him don't betray the revolution. Haile Selassie is God, leader for Ethiopia. Before 1931, the 16th of July, Ethiopia did not have a collective government. Emperor Haile Selassie I established Ethiopia with the first written constitution, 31st, 1931, the 16th of July. I come the first constitutional monarchy. So that all right and all power must give unto him. When the Prime Minister make a statement giving door to His Imperial Majesty, it was not anything new. In his opening speech to Parliament, he speak of Ethiopia Asian glory. And we don't call His Imperial Majesty name Ethiopia to Asian glory. So what I'm feeling Ethiopia now, going to be one next problem now, a state of emergency is coming up, and a lot of problem with the army and civilian. But we believe that it's the army responsibility to protect the life of the Prime Minister, and then fail. So we are looking for a more terrible action in the future days to come. The Church of Haile Selassie I and the Ethiopia Federation can only pray that God Haile Selassie I will protect the interests of the Ethiopian people and protect the back of the Prime Minister. And not going to speculate until they get more news. But it's very dangerous, very, very dangerous situation Ethiopia found itself in now. And all we can say that the Prime Minister can rely upon me for moral support. Sure. Yes, there's no question about it. Him is our Prime Minister, so we can force for moral support. Because it's a struggle. Restoration of the dynasty of Haile Selassie I and restoration of the constitutional monarchy is priority one. Without those two developments, Ethiopia can never survive the onset of the 21st century. Haile Selassie I bring back the integrity of Ethiopia, and the world can trust him because the greatest statesman, as what President Kennedy said when he got shot, Haile Selassie place in history is assured. So we are looking out for different changes in Ethiopia. More support for the restoration of the dynasty of Haile Selassie I, and more support for constitutional monarchy to get out the Stalinists. There's no question about it. So I will leave it back and give it back to the Honorable Chris Graham. They have to come back and speak about Jamaica farming industry. His Majesty.
Yes, greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty, Emperor Haile Selassie I, to all the Ethiopians that home and abroad, and to the Rastafarian community in Jamaica and worldwide. Now, what Yamuna Emmanuel Fox just said a while ago concerning the Prime Minister and the attempt at his life, attempt assassination. But right now, here I said to the Prime Minister now. First and foremost, we're sorry for your I mean that say must intensify certain things in terms of security and know who is with you from who is not. She said you have divided the house among yourself. But what we are saying to you now, in terms of what you have done so far in the interest of His Majesty, the first time we hear of one of the people of the Ethiopian government, Prime Minister, make statement with his mouth utterance. So these things that you're doing, we want you to continue. Don't make this deter you. Because we associate that what happened to you at that time there. We associated that we don't help bring Emperor Haile Selassie I's name and utterance and the whole thing. So that they say, don't make it deter you. Be strong, be courageous. You understand me? Remember I tell you say that if you want good, you know that if you run in Jamaica, so we say, it's a local saying in Jamaica. It means to say that anything that you have to fight for it, and you have to defend where you say. So continue. Don't let them deter you and don't let them stop you and don't let them make you make a thing twice. But separate who is with you, because you know now. Because you see certain things and there must be a full investigation on this matter. Will take place on this whole event will take place with that thing at your life. You understand me? So look on it again. We are sending off to the Ethiopian people now. You must give support to the Prime Minister in the name of Haile Selassie I. Because whatever you do, if you leave out Emperor Haile Selassie I out of it, then you're gone. You have been destruction for yourself. Either anyone want to believe it or not, but we can tell you that it's God, Emperor Haile Selassie I, will save his life. You understand me? It makes something never go, oh, they don't want it to go. It never go, honestly, they don't want it to go. You understand me? It's so we see. No, here I say to you now, reorganize the whole thing again because Ethiopia is a place where it's volatile right now. The whole thing is really settled yet. And it's in a transition. And there are people who oppose what you're doing. They oppose what we are doing. You understand me I say? But you have people who is for. They might not make themselves be known in Ethiopia or other places where they are home abroad. But we are saying to you, say, continue what you're doing in the name of Emperor Haile Selassie I. Don't let them stop you. Because Emperor Haile Selassie I was the first one to do these things for us. Otherwise you wouldn't be there today. Sure. Irrespective. Because when you look back at history, His Majesty is the pathfinder. He break on all of the wars them and the things them for them that used to oppose Africa. Africa was under the ground and he bring it up. He make it emerge. 1931, the 16th of July, Jabuna just mentioned that I want to go again. I want to go look at it because history see we out of the west from out of Ethiopia from long time in the west. We know the west more than them. So we are telling you say what we the face in the west before Ethiopia even opens the door and come outside. We was out here already as Ethiopian long time. So we know the west more than them. And when I say that, you must realize we don't fight a struggle until Emperor Haile Selassie I don't do life. The institutional church of Haile Selassie I and the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation do back life abundantly. You understand me? Because in terms of the constitution, which is the law, which is government, modern Ethiopianism, and put the two of them to one, the anciency and the modern things them, and put them together as one. And I say, our people, black people, African people, Ethiopian people, them say we are uncivilized. And we civilize the world like the oldest government in the world, you know. But them tell the world lie. And hide Ethiopia and Ethiopia history. So when the Prime Minister, new Prime Minister, Ethiopia has made, when they come out and say more people past glory and start mentioning Emperor Selassie I, it's that time them turn against him right there so. Because you have Stalinists against him same way. Them say deflect, them say that he's a traitor for them struggle. But Ethiopia can't go backwards and go forward all the while. So anything what Ethiopia do now must always advance itself through an evolution, to restoration and the government and the dynasty of Emperor Haile Selassie I. They can't stop it. So Prime Minister, we have your moral support and know some is with you. So continue on this struggle for restoration of the government and dynasty of Emperor Haile Selassie I. Continue. And we in Ethiopia must have liberty in our nation, the restoration of the government and the dynasty of Emperor Haile Selassie I. It's an evolution. Yes, we know it's not going to happen overnight. But don't let them stop you, don't let them deter you. Continue and be strong and be courageous. And remember, once you stay with His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I, your mind, your thoughts, your words and your deeds, you can't go wrong. You must have success, but it must be moral. Success must be moral. Emperor Haile Selassie I said that. So continue. Don't let them stop you. You understand me? But reorganize the thing at the point again. Because I said before Ethiopia in a transition, I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm going to pass it on to my brethren, Brad and Eugene. In the name of Emperor Haile Selassie I, Emperor Haile Selassie I be with you. And with the struggle for the liberation and restoration of the dynasty and the government of Emperor Haile Selassie I. Blessed be Jah.
Greetings to all Ethiopians at home and abroad. Greetings to all Ethiopian students that are living in America and in the so-called diaspora. We of the Church of Haile Selassie I stand in support of our new Prime Minister, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, because we believe that he is a new light, a new breath of fresh air for Ethiopia. After the last 40 years that Ethiopia has been under the Stalinist communist regimes that overthrew His Majesty in 1974. So we stand in support of him, and we are asking all Ethiopians who love justice and hate aggression to support Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed in his quest to bring back the past glory of Ethiopia. And as brethren them said earlier, that this Prime Minister has addressed the United Nations Economic Committee on African Affairs and mentioned His Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I's speech at the 50th anniversary of that same committee being initiated. And the fact that he did that, it says he's planning to keep his word in his opening speech, his acceptance speech, that he's going to bring back the past glory of Ethiopia. And so we ask you to support him in all ways. And we must remember this: evil will always raise its ugly head. But it is in the action, His Majesty said this, in the action of those who should have acted, the indifference of those who know better, why is the reason why evil flourish. So I'm asking all honest Ethiopians who support Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed to bring Ethiopia's greatness back into the forefront and to bring rise Africa, like the Virgin Chris just said, to rise Africa again to higher heights than what His Majesty, take up the work again of His Majesty, and go back and read his speeches. And this is a direct advice to Prime Minister Ahmed. Go back and enclose yourself in the history of Haile Selassie I, so he can protect you from the evil forces that array themselves against you. So people, we ask you for the support of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, support of the Church of Haile Selassie I and the mass movement to restore the throne of Emperor Haile Selassie I back into Ethiopia, monarchy, and that we are dealing with. And again, to extradite Mengistu, because it is his friends and companions that is trying to divide Ethiopia again and try to assassinate Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. We want to get them out, bring back Mengistu and try him in Ethiopia for war crimes, with hundreds of thousands of Ethiopian people that he killed. Let him punish for it. And that will send a message to all those others who want to bring Ethiopia under Stalinism and communism and to oppress the poor people of Ethiopia. So, and I give thee thanks for this time period, and we ask you to support Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed in his quest. His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. Liberty in our nation, one God. Emperor Haile Selassie I. Blessed be Jah
Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie I.
Come to say all this something. Everyone I can't think of.
Say something.
Greeting in Most High Emperor Haile Selassie I. Long live his dynasty. Blessed be Jah Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie I. His Majesty. Greetings. And again, like my brother Haniel and brother Eloi and the Abuna had said earlier, we all want to give our sympathy and, you know what I mean, and support to the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed for the assassination that was attempted on him. You know what I mean? We have to understand that, like what the president said a while ago, that the goodness that he spoke at the United Nations was from the utterance of who? Emperor Haile Selassie I, speaking on unity. Not division, like it was going on with in Ethiopia prior before this prime minister, but a unity with no type of tribalism and with more sense of trading and working together to build a greater Africa. The people that was anti-peace wanted to kill the brother. So we have to understand that we're not facing no regular threat here. This is a real struggle. Understand? Like the Abuna said to the present prime minister right now. You must enclose yourself in Emperor Haile Selassie I because it's him that saved you. Understand? The hand grenade could have went near you into the car, but it didn't. It got pushed away and others suffered instead. So we have to be mindful and know that the goal that you set by bringing Ethiopia to its past greatness is a threat to the dictators that want to see Ethiopia suffer. So we, from the Church of Emperor Haile Selassie I, again, put our support to you, understand? And from the IEWF and from the mass movement. But we want all of you to support and not just, when we say support, again, don't just click, like, comment. Understand? Say things, make videos so that it don't just seem like it's the church alone that's talking, but the world will see what's going on in Ethiopia. Because we can't hide it. So with that, may the Lord bless you and keep you, cause to shine upon you, and blessed be Jah Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie I.
Greetings in the name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. Greetings, brethren and sisters Rastafarians, Haile Selassiites, and those who love truth and justice and hate aggression, Ethiopians home and abroad. We send in our sympathy to Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed for the attack that was made on his life and the Ethiopians' life, you know. And we want the people in Ethiopia to show their support to Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and continue the struggle of His Imperial Majesty set out for us and King Haile Selassie, that the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation is the avenue that we need to take and use as to organizing our people and coming together as one body, you know, the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation, not the Ethiopian World Federation, that's defunct. It's the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation attached to the Imperial family. So Ethiopians home and abroad, show your support to the Prime Minister and the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. And that's all today, you know. And show your support to the mass movement, you know. Come visit the church, himchurch.org and 470 Gates Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11216. Phone number 718-638-9013. And the church in Jamaica, 29 Oxford Street. And in Barbados and London and the people in Trinidad and Tobago, the church is being built right now and they need workers. Understand? Rasta have nothing in Trinidad and Tobago to stand on but the Church of Emperor Haile Selassie I. And the war that is going on between Rasta and Muslim in Trinidad, them is not real Rasta. Them is posing as bad boys saying them is Rasta. and the Muslim and them need to stop it and stop fight poor people and grassroots people. And the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, this is a call to show his support to Brother Tinia, Robert Raymond Tinia in Library at the Church of Emperor Haile Selassie I. We need help, and not on a begging bow, but we need Rastafarians and people who love truth and justice. The church is in Library next to the Serval School, and that is the number for Brother Raymond. Right now. Alright, go ahead. His Majesty Rastafari. Ja!
Yes, Rasta people. What I would ask the Prime Minister, which you got to do, from see it right, is to give recognition to the Church of Haile Selassie I and recognition to the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. Because right now, outside Ethiopia, we are the only body of people who support what he is doing on the question of liberation, restoration, and restoration of constitutional monarchy. You can rely on us to support what he is doing in line with liberation, restoration. It's very important that you understand this. Because from 2017, September, we have launched a mass movement. Objective is to create an economic liberation of Ethiopia, a liberation of monarchy. And we want to involve in the sugar industry business. We can find market for certain producers in Ethiopia. So we're asking you to think about it now, that you find the enemy of Ethiopia is fighting against you. Bring outside people in it now, because we are Ethiopian subject. 1966, Imperial Majesty identified that Jamaican and Ethiopian are blood brothers. That is why we could call it our Prime Minister. Because he's the Prime Minister of Ethiopia. So we are asking you please to give some recognition to the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. We is the Rasta group worldwide that is involved politically. Yes, we believe that politics here breed the food we eat and the clothes we wear. So if we take a history of our behavior, we is the only Rasta right now is ready and prepared to work with you in the interest of liberation, as might say, monarchy and liberation and constitutional monarchy. Please, God, the Prince there. Well, you know that you have other Ethiopian people who are interested, but as I said before, we is the only Rastafarian people worldwide who are prepared to work with you in the interest of a better Ethiopia. I can't say anything more to you, but liberty in our nation, lion, give thanks to His Imperial Majesty, Rastafari live.
Blessed be
Ja, Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie I.
We're going to talk about Jamaica now because we have some land in Jamaica where it's important that we talk to the Jamaican national in this country and Ethiopian sovereign. We believe that right now there is no repatriation. And we believe that it's important that the Rasta man who live in America, London, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, try to sort himself out, because right now, because of no repatriation, the Rasta man is homeless. There's no clinic, no school. It is important now that we establish some farmer industry that we can keep alive until restoration of the Majesty dynasty and restoration of the constitutional monarchy. So prior to one now, it's a better third world. There's no question about it. And man have to eat food. And we have acres of land now that we need to farm. And we need economics from the Rastafarian abroad to assist us. Because if him don't assist us, then when Babylon go, like how the man say, come out of my people and don't be a partaker of iniquity. When that time come about, where will the Rasta man go? Because he can't go to Ethiopia until you have a constitutional monarchy in Ethiopia. Where is him going to go and he can't stay at Babylon? So right now, we ask the Rastafarian people in America and in England Barbados and a part of the third world to work with us now in the interest of establishing the Ethiopian Church of Haile Selassie I farming cooperative in Jamaica. It's priority one. If you can assist us from now to September, New Year, we can have something meaningful ready to export abroad and do other things. Right now, it's very hard for us to really speak to the idea because the church established in New York 25 years now, and the Rastafarian people who believe that have a problem with housing in the Caribbean, school for them children, clinic for them children, must understand that we is the only entity in the Rasta movement worldwide who have a school, we have a church, we have a oneness center, and this next month we'll have a camp health fair in Jamaica. We need help. And you won't start looking at real. If Haile Selassie is God, it means that we have to exploit that knowledge we have, go back to the book in school and start think collectively. Because right now the Rasta man don't have nothing. There's no question about it. He's the last to employ, the first to lose his job, and I have nothing. So if you help the Church of Haile Selassie Farming Cooperative and work with the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated, when the time of election, you will have a voice. Even if you don't win a seat in Parliament, we will establish a voice. Because right now we could see this about the third party force in Jamaica. But we want general support for the Rasta brand. It is very important that regardless you may not accept the politics we are talking about, involve more that the government can understand say Rasta brand is involved in the struggle of Jamaica. Because we are only two political parties, and at the same time we are not economic viable, and not superstar them Rasta people who is viable. Them is afraid because we're not sing for them song. So we want the grassroots people who are people at prison, who are people at dead house, all them place there. Support with because 29 Oxford Street, the Church of Haile Selassie I, and the HQ for the Imperial Ethiopian World Federation Incorporated. Support us that we can get help from other people. You understand that? So I will go back and say, liberty in our nation, lion, blessed be Jah, Rastafari, Emperor Haile Selassie I. Short one that good, no?